Trace Jackson Davis, obviously one of the best players in the country. I guess just how do you approach a matchup like that?
Yeah, no, it's always really fun to go against another really good player, not only in the conference but in the country. So I think he feels the same way. I think it'll be a really fun matchup. I enjoy playing really great players because that usually brings the best out of me. That's why I decided to come to the Big Ten, because I know that's where the best bigs play, and so that's why I feel like I'm in that conversation. So I feel like it'll be a good test for me.
When you played a guy, year after year like this, do you get familiar with them, like know their moves, and it becomes, I don't know, maybe even more fun or challenging or whatever?
Yeah, for sure. When you're in the league, it is crazy. Being my third year now, it feels like I've been in the league forever now. You definitely do get a sense of joy out of playing teams over and over again, because you really become comfortable with them. I mean, when you play teams like Michigan State and teams that really well, it's funny when they're running a play and you know exactly what they're trying to do, and then vice versa when we're trying to run a play. Yeah, I've done a lot of scouting, watched a lot of film of Trace, so I feel like I'm really comfortable with his game. But I feel like I can say the same with all the other bigs that have been here for more than 1 year. And so I think it just comes with watching a lot of basketball, whether it's film work, in preparation for a game, or just watching two other teams that aren't Michigan play each other in the Big Ten. I feel like I do a good job of watching other big men and other players in the conference as well.
Hunter, you guys faced a lot of zone against Nebraska and were effective. How have you seen that aspect of the offense grow, being able to counteract the zone defense from?
Yeah, we knew that was, going to be a big focal point for us after, Central Michigan ran that zone and we ended up losing to them. So we knew that was something that, we really had to focus and lock in on and try to improve on. And, we've done that. We've done a lot more zone work than we have in past years in practice. And I think that's really helped us out. But I think guys have just become more comfortable within the zone. I think, especially the new guys who probably weren't accustomed to facing zones and stuff like that, I think have really just gotten comfortable with it. I think that's an aspect of just, maturing as they've played more games in college. And so I think, we've done a really good job, and we're trying to make teams pay for for running zone against us.
Yeah. Hey, Hunter. Also, as you guys have hit this 3-game win streak, at least from the outside looking in, it looks like you're passing the ball a bit better. I think over the last 3 games, maybe 16 as a team. I think maybe 16 assists per game, but during sort of that 2 and 5 stretch, I think it was closer to 12 assists per game. Is that guys understanding their role better? Is that just sort of the way the game has been flowing? Do you see and feel better flow within the offense?
I mean, when you score 93 points, I think it's pretty easy for guys to get assists out there when everybody's making shots. But I think, to your point, I think the ball is moving better. I think everybody in the team can agree that the team's at the best when the ball is moving around. It's not sticking in guys' hands. Guys aren't trying to play one-on-one basketball. I think, when we move it around, guys are starting to see that, if they get off it real quick, they'll get it back later in the shot clock. And so I think that's a good probably part of our game that has been emphasized throughout the winning streak, is that ball movement and making each other better with the assists.
Hunter, what's the excitement level with the players? You guys have been playing well, but Indiana has too, and they're coming to your house, and you guys maybe have an opportunity to add your win streak, but also maybe make a statement, I guess.
Yeah, this is definitely a big game for us, because we know, even though we went on that 3-game win streak, I feel like a lot of people aren't giving us credit. They're saying how, those 3 wins weren't really that big. And like, we're finally playing a worthy opponent. And so this is definitely a game where we want to make our stand and kind of put not only the league, but the country on notice that, we're playing really good basketball right now, and we're trying to make a serious run at this thing.
Hunter, some players and Howard Isley was just talking about sense of urgency kind of increasing. Is that something that was needed to be said, or was it just sort of unspoken, knowing, you know, your place in this, I guess, yeah, nationally, and what you needed to do?
I'd say it needs to be said at this point. You know, I think at this point of the season, you can't really afford to assume what people are thinking. I think at this point, everything needs to be clearly stated and clearly, you know, put out there for everybody to know, because at this point, like I said earlier, they're just you can't assume things. You know, the hole that we've built, we can't have any more of those. You know, let's talk about it and get better. The next day of practice, we got to really just take every opportunity for what it's worth.
Thanks.
Does anybody have anything else?
Yeah. Hey, Hunter. As Jack mentioned, we were at the IM and saw multiple people do similar like post bucket celebrations that you actually do on the court, whether it's like the too small or the three. Do you think you have a signature celebration, and kind of what goes through your head after you make a bucket when you kind of decide what celebration you want to do?
Boy, there was guys doing the BDE and the IM.
Yeah, at least this morning there were.
Man, that does make me happy, man. Because I mean, it's a lifestyle, and so, you know, if you're a part of that lifestyle, then it is what it is. I feel like that is my signature. I think the too small I've been doing since high school. That's just something that, like, I'm not even really talking to anybody else other than myself. Really, that's just really trying to pump me up and trying to get me, you know, even more going. But the BDE, yeah, no, that's a lifestyle, man. If you're a part of it, then go ahead.
Yeah, what does BDE stand for?
Big Dickinson Energy.
I should have known that.
Yeah, that's my brand.